All right, good afternoon. This is Marissa Solomon. I am the North Texas Program Delivery Partner with First in Texas. And I wanted to take a moment to send an updated training video to our volunteers here in North Texas. We've had a qualifier now. We've learned a few things. And so I wanted to send a quick video, or hopefully it's going to be quick, to you just as an update to the March, the one we recorded at the beginning of March. So it's a lovely day. Thought I'd do it outside. Hopefully my dogs don't bark too much. But yeah, so I do have a script because I'm hoping to make this as informative and as short as possible. So let's get to it. Well, all right, here we go. See if I can move all this. And then I'm going to minimize me. We don't need to see me. All right. Like I said, welcome to the training for the North Texas teams. And nope, this one's for the volunteers. This slideshow is prepared to give you just a quick look at the remote event hub and just help you feel a little more prepared for your volunteering duties. All right. So first off, just let me say thank you so much for volunteering this season. I know it is a little crazy. It's very different, but if you've worked with any kids this season, it's been amazing. They need a normal, and it's a way they can participate and work with other teams and other teammates. And it's just been a really great experience. I coach a few teams myself, and it's been not the best, but it has been a great opportunity for us to learn and to grow. But thank you. So this is the specifics that were emailed out to teams in January. I think it's important for the volunteers to know what's been communicated with the team so far, especially the judging sessions, just so if you are volunteering as a judge, you know what is allowed and is not allowed this season. Teams are permitted to share their screens with the judges if they prefer, or they can just talk and hold visual aids in front of the computer's camera. We will have live judging sessions, we're not allowing pre-recorded presentations here in North Texas. It's also important for you to know that teams may enter your breakout room as one Zoom, like they may be all in the same location, or they all may be in different locations, which would be multiple Zooms. So just be aware of that. Coaches will be allowed to join the call this season just to ensure that the students are connected. However, coaches will still not be able to participate in the judging session, answer questions, or prompt the team members to answer judges' questions. The coach is just basically tech support during this time, and we need to make sure that the coach is aware of that as well. They have been sent this, but they may need a reminder during the actual judging session. So after hosting a scrimmage that included our regional head judge advisor, we learned quite a few things that we wanted to pass on the teams just to help their judging sessions go a little bit smoother and help them feel a little bit more prepared. And these are some of the tips that we sent to the teams regarding those judging sessions. The updated robot game recording document gave teams plenty of information to successfully record their matches. The document was sent to the North Texas coaches, and it can be found in the resources section of the remote event hub, as well as the FLL challenge section on firstinspires.org. Teams should record and narrate their robot inspection and table setup before the match, and they should record the entire 2.5-minute match, then go over the table and talk about their scored missions after the match. This should all be done in one continuous video. They're not allowed to edit these videos. The practice match deadline is 6 p.m. the Tuesday of the event week. And the referees should log into the remote event hub to view the matches. If you find any errors that should be communicated to the teams, please enter your comments on the Google Sheet that will be shared with you by the tournament host. And please do that by Wednesday morning of the tournament week. That way teams can make any corrections that they need before they record their official matches. And then the host will communicate this information to the teams. So again, after the scrimmage that included our head referee for the region, we found some things that teams were continuously doing that we wanted to just kind of make teams aware of, sorry, before they try to record their matches. So we want to put as much information out there ahead of time just to help teams have a successful tournament experience. All right, so the remote event hub for judges and referees. It's extremely important this year that everyone has completed all their acknowledgement forms as well as the youth protection screening. If you are volunteering, please log into your First Inspires dashboard and verify that you've completed this for this season. You'll be required to complete the screening forms when you volunteer for an event. If you're a coach this season, you may have already completed it, but the youth protection screening, it's a background check. It is valid for 3 years. So if you completed it last year or year before, you may be good to go. But please go check and verify that, because we cannot add you to the remote event hub if you do not have an active youth protection screening. Also, it does take a couple days sometimes for this to be completed and verified. So as soon as you can do this, the better. And please don't just assume that you've done it. Please go check just to make sure, because like I said, we cannot add you to the remote event hub if this is not active. Okay, so once you've been invited to the remote event hub, you'll receive an email inviting you to join the event. So sign in with the same email address that you received the invitation at. And if it's a Google email address, you can sign in with Google. Otherwise, you'll click to sign in with a unique account. The invitation will expire after 72 hours. So it's important that you click to join as soon as you see that email. Okay. Once you've logged into the remote event hub, you're going to select the appropriate event to enter the hub. And if you volunteered for more than one event, there will be obviously more than one event listed there. The landing page for the remote event hub looks similar to this, and your top bar here may look a little bit different depending on your role. So this changes depending on if you're a judge, a ref, a coach, an event administrator. So this may look a little bit different, but this is how you will navigate the hub. Okay, so if you plan to volunteer as a judge or a referee, even if you're a judge, please make sure you've reviewed the replay game missions video that was released by First. It's helpful if judges are familiar with the game for the season, because you will also be judging robot design in the judging rooms, as well as core values and innovation project. And the students will be talking about their robot and the robot game missions and how they programmed their robot and things like that. So it's really useful for judges to be familiar with the game as well. If you're a referee, you should also be familiar with the robot game rulebook in detail. Just make sure you're up to date on all general robot game rules, as well as any changes from the previous seasons. And make sure to check any challenge updates that may be posted on firstinspires.org. We don't want to play that. It's going to play it. Hold on. No, it didn't. Okay. All right. So the remote event hub for referees, once you click on scoring sessions, you'll be able to see the teams that you will be scoring and their score sheet link. So once you click on the score sheet link, it will take you to, obviously, the official score sheet. You'll receive communications from the head ref of the tournament directing you on which teams you will score and when. So you will be on a judging panel. There'll be 2 people on the judging panel, and you will score some of them, your partner will score some of them, and then y'all will flip and verify each other's results before you submit them. So the head ref will really have a little more direction on that for you. Just be expecting that. But please plan to have all practice matches scored by early Wednesday morning of the tournament week, and all official rounds scored by Friday evening if possible, or at the latest Saturday morning by 10 a.m. of the tournament week. And like I said, your head ref will be in touch with more direction on that. But just it's kind of a guideline to have in your mind for your judging time or your reffing time. Okay, so once you click, oh, where'd it go? Oh, scoring sessions. Once you click a particular score sheet, it will take you to the score sheet for that team, and their video, and you can't see it in this screenshot, but their video that they've recorded of their robot game will appear on this page at the top. And you'll be able to watch it as many times as you need to. It does get easier once you've watched a team once or twice. The third one, you pretty much is a lot easier. So don't get discouraged if it seems like it takes you forever to score that first one. It really shouldn't. You'll get the hang of it really quickly. So watch the team's video and score the match. Please remember to fill in each section of the score sheet, not just the missions that the team attempted. If the team placed 0 cubes in the bocce frame, you have to enter a 0 in that field, or a no if a mission wasn't attempted. So if you can't complete and submit a score sheet, it's probably because you missed scoring a mission. There's also a section to leave a note at the bottom. This note actually will not be seen by the teams. That is an update that we did not realize at the scrimmage. But it could be used for the refs, like if you needed to make a note to remember something about the scoring of that particular match, like if you disallowed something, you could put a note as to why. And then when your partner on the panel is viewing it, they'll be able to see it and either agree or disagree. So that's a good place to put a ref note. All right. All judging will be conducted on the Saturday morning of the scheduled qualifier. Judges will meet with teams via a Zoom breakout room. Each session is 30 minutes with the teams. You can use this judging flow document. You should use this judging flow document for your session. Judges will have 10 to 15 minutes to North Texas, we've allowed 15 minutes between teams for you to discuss your team's rubric, and then maybe get up and stretch for a second, have a bio break, because, you know, we're not monsters. But if you're new to judging this year, please watch the attached training video for an overview of First Lego League judging. Obviously, this year is going to be different. It's virtual, but this will give you a great training for how you should be evaluating your teams in the judging session. Be conscious of the time you're spending with each team and stick to the schedule as closely as possible. We know sometimes there's technical issues, but we don't want a tournament to get too far behind because there's teams waiting to get in rooms, and it can be frustrating for them. And we want this to be a really great experience. So please be very conscious of your 30 minutes with each team. Also, make sure to use the question and answer portion of the session just to get to know the team a little better. Be sure to ask them those questions. You will be provided with a list of suggested questions by the tournament host. It'll also be in the Google Drive I'm going to share with you in just a bit. We are virtual, so it's kind of hard to, it's an odd situation, and teams may not always give their best self. You may not see as much of the team. They may be nervous. It may be awkward. So be sure to use that question and answer section to really kind of get them to open up a little bit, learn a little bit more about them, see their process, the journey, what all they've learned this season. It's a really important part of the session. Oops, not gonna play that. Okay, so the judges will be scoring teams based on the approved First Lego League rubrics. Digital versions of these rubrics will be completed in the remote event hub. Only one of the judges in the room need to complete it online. You could assign one of you as the lead judge, and that person would actually fill out the rubric with input by the other judge, of course. Let's see. It might be helpful to have the paper version handy to take notes for each team during the session, and then refer back to it when completing the digital versions when you're speaking at that 10 to 15 minute break between teams. You're not required to give feedback to the teams this season, except all you'll be doing is ranking them numerically in each section. There are feedback sections or note sections within the digital rubric, but that really is going to just be used for you to help you remember your thoughts about a team during when you get to judging deliberations. So teams will not be seeing the notes, the feedback comments on there. So I'm not sure why they're even there, but they are. So you can use that as a tool to help you in judging deliberations, just to add notes on stuff like a team was really great, really strong at robot design, or they worked well together, their core values were amazing, whatever you want to put as notes for your judging deliberations. Okay. And so to access the team's rubrics within the remote event hub, you're going to click on judging sessions from the top menu, and then the rubric link for each team. So judges will meet for judging deliberations after all judging sessions are complete and all the rubrics are submitted. And I have a note here, please remember to submit, not just save your completed rubrics, because until you submit it, it will not go to the judge advisor for input into the scoring software. So please make sure you submit once you and once your panel has decided on a team's rankings. Okay. Judging sessions will be in the morning. There'll be a short break for lunch, and then the head judge will ask you to come back onto the Zoom call for judging deliberations. And this is where all the judging deliberations is where the judges determine awards and rankings for the tournament. So since you're the ones that saw the teams, it's very important that you also attend the judging deliberations. The teams will be sent a link to attend the awards and closing ceremonies that'll be held later in the day on the Saturday of the qualifier. And it's actually going to be on this this YouTube channel that you're watching this video from. So if you're interested and you want to be on and watch it, they will be recorded and added to this YouTube channel. All right. And these are some helpful resources that I've referenced kind of in this presentation, and then some I haven't even, but you may want to make note of them. A PDF document of this will be sent to the volunteers. Please note that a Google Drive has been added for you to access the important documents that have been sent via email so far. I know I've sent a lot of emails with a lot of information, and so in an effort to kind of consolidate that, I've added all these important documents to that Google Drive, so they're all in one place for you. Feel free to save that for future reference. But of course, you can always email me with any questions or concerns. We're looking forward to an amazing season this year and hopefully being able to be back together in person for next season. Now, of course, that is just my hope, not anything official. So anyway, looks like we got this at about 20 minutes. Not too bad. All right, well, y'all have a great day. Please contact me if you have any questions or concerns. Yeah. See you later.